All right, it's 7:30 on this Friday night. That means it's time to find out if you like it or not. We're trying to figure out where the heck this sound is coming from. In the meantime, I'm producer Chris, and we've got a lot to talk about tonight. Olympic medals, being a repeat customer, staying in touch with exes, dress codes, and much, much more. So let's talk about how you can join me live and sound off on all those topics and more. You see the graphic right there. We're streaming. There are a lot of different ways to do it. If you're watching on YouTube, leave some comments in the chat. We'll read those coming up in just a little bit. If you're watching on the Fox Local app on your connected TV, make it a two-screen experience. Just grab your phone, scan the QR code, get your hot takes ready. If you're watching on our website, fox5dc.com, or Fox Local on your phone, basically any mobile version, you can't scan the QR code, go to my Instagram page, Fox5 Producer Chris. Also, Fox5 Producer Chris on TikTok. That's where we're streaming live behind the scenes. We've got our broadcast channel on Fox 5's Instagram page as well. We've got a link there, and we post stories, all that good stuff. We'll check in with all our virtual co-hosts coming up here in just a second. We'll also say hello to our in-studio one. It's Friday night, so you know that means it's going to be Bisma Ahmed when she finally makes her way from the studio over here to the streaming studio. In the meantime, though, we're going to dive right in, and we're going to talk about Olympics. They've been going on for like the last couple weeks. We haven't talked about a ton. However, we're going to talk about Olympic medals tonight because a lot of people just learned there are actually limits on who will actually win them, who gets to hold one. And they learned it from this tweet by the athletic writer Michael Russo. He posted this picture of Team USA's head coach asking to see one of his players' medals. He had to ask to see it because team coaches don't get medals too. Only the players do. In most professional sports leagues like the NFL, MLB, NHL, and NBA, the players and coaches get rings for winning the championship alike. So, the idea of stiffing the coaching staff when it comes to Olympic medals, do we like it or not is the question. Allison's in the Zoom room. Allison, do you like this or not?
I was like, I hope he doesn't ask me. But no, I would say that because I think it really is more about the athlete. But then again, the coach helped them get along. So I would say, you know what, give the medal to the athlete, but give something special, like a little glass work of art or something to the coach. Give the coach something, but not a medal.
David, do you think the coaches deserve a medal as well, especially with like a team sport like hockey, for example?
It could go either way. I mean, so long as the rule is fairly applied, then what one team doesn't get it and the coach and the other team coaches does, that's fine. It could go either way. Allison's right. It's about the athletes, less so about the coach and the coaching staff. So I'm okay if that's the way the Olympics does it. Focus on the players. But by the way, Chris. So the women Team USA women hockey have beaten Canada. Sunday morning will be the greatest Olympic hockey game in more than 45 years, where Team USA takes on Team Canada for the gold medal. Everybody out there, you got to get out for your team. Go USA! 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 USA!
That's the kind of patriotic pride I love to see. Hey, did you watch today's game against Slovakia? Could you even tell who was who on the ice out there?
Yes, I did watch the game.
A fashion disaster of epic proportions by the Olympics. I don't know whose decision that was. Sean's in the Zoom room tonight. Sean, are you pumped for USA Hockey after watching David?
I mean, because of that, I have to check it out online on social media and see what the hype is about.
All right. So do you think that the coaches deserve to get a medal as well?
Yeah, because he put the players in line, so I feel like he should definitely get the credit he deserves, get the medal.
Okay, so you actually agree. Our other two guests, maybe not. On the other hand, Melissa's in the Zoom room. Melissa, if the coaches don't get a medal, should the coaches in professional sports not get a ring?
I wouldn't say a ring. I would agree with Allison. Some type of, souvenir glass with the date or something, some type of little trophy type figurine, but yeah, that's about it.
participation trophy. All right, let's get our guest host in here. Let's get Bisma in here and see what she thinks. Bisma, welcome to the show. Happy Friday.
Thank you so much. Happy Friday.
Thank you so much. How's everything going, by the way?
Oh, you know, just peachy.
Have you been all in on these Olympics by any chance?
No, not at all.
You haven't watched a single second?
No, not at all. I've had no time with the General Assembly happening, so and now I get to catch up. So it's great. I get all the highlights here.
I mean, they're on. They're like streaming all night long. I could be watching them while I'm feeding the baby, but I have done a terrible job. I've only caught glimpses on the weekends.
Okay.
But do you think the coaches, especially on these team sports, deserve to get a medal too?
I mean, yes and no, because you're not the one actually doing the sport. Okay, I get that. But if I'm training somebody for 20 years, I would want some token, give me like a baby medal, something.
The paycheck. Yeah,
and
I'm sure like a lot of those, individual athletes who have their own coaches, the paycheck probably helps.
That's fair.
But at the same time, it is a little weird sometimes that the coaches and like the grounds crews and there are so many people that get rings when professional teams win.
Oh, the ground
Oh
crew.
my God!
Oh, see, I didn't know. That's kind of an insult then.
It's a lot, yeah.
Okay.
But that's like in baseball and stuff like that. Anyway, it's Friday night. For a lot of people, that may mean a night out, and now we know what makes a good night out according to science, quote unquote. Beer usually helps me. A recent study from Talker Research finds although there's been a dip in face-to-face socializing, there are still some key elements to having a great night out. 1,000 millennials and Zoomers were polled and reported the best nights out are the ones that are still spontaneous. They say it's best when the night unfolds naturally with spur-of-the-moment decisions rather than planned events. Nearly half of Gen Z and millennials actually begin a typical night out with at least one decision in mind, including whether or not they plan to drink booze. So Bisma, basing a good night on the unknown factor, do you like that or not?
No, I need to know what's happening. I'm sorry. I think I'm at that age where it's like, all right, I gotta have some consistency of what's going to happen. Otherwise, there could be a disaster.
Can't just fly by the seat of your pants.
No, that's when the worst decisions happen, and then we don't know. And then we wake up and we're like, what?
Yeah,
why?
But sometimes those are the best kinds
Those
of
are
nights. Jason and Tina Marie are in the Zoom room. Jason and Tina Marie, do you think the best types of nights out are the ones that you don't fully plan?
No, not planned. Spontaneous, you're going from one thing to another because plans don't always work out the way you want them to,
That's
and
fair,
then
yeah.
you end up being disappointed.
Yeah.
So I'll go with the flow. So
I like the flow too. I like the flow. Maybe where we're going and what time, but to the rest of the extent, just let the night unfold.
Yeah.
And I'm not even a Gen Z or millennial. I think they like it because they don't like to plan. But I
That's
must
fair.
agree with them with this one.
You guys are fun.
Yeah, I agree
I like
100% because
Yeah.
managing expectations, to your point, Jason, it's very easy to be disappointed. Chad, do you like the idea of just telling me where I need to be, when I need to be there, and maybe what vibe it's going to be?
Actually, I like the fact that spontaneous nights out are great, but I'm also, it turns out, a planner.
He is. Oh my God.
Like last weekend, I planned this whole weekend for us. We had
Over
rented a
planner?
car. I had an itinerary, and it was fun. No.
Yeah, it was fun.
It was partly spontaneous. We didn't know where we were going to go in Ellicott City. We'd never been to Ellicott City. We decided to go to downtown and find a place to drink. We found a place spontaneously, but it was a plan to find something spontaneously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a
So
little brewery
like it.
up the hill on one of those roads that I've been to in Ellicott City before.
The judges bench.
Sounds
in
right.
Ellicott City.
Sounds right. All right.
Yeah.
Alex is in the Zoom room. Alex, you
Alex!
are the best. Welcome back, by the way.
Thanks for having me.
Are the best nights the kind that are a little spontaneous?
Absolutely. I'm a Sagittarius, so I live
yeah.
on the edge. I love adventure. I love freedom. I just let the night unfold. I don't know how my boyfriend feels about that. What do you think, George?
I agree. My motto is go with the flow.
Go with the flow.
I love a good surprise. Every now and then it's cool to have an itinerary. It's good to have a plan, but once you get the drinks going, it's just what's next.
I will say, and just to play a little bit of devil's advocate here with some of these millennials and Zoomers who were polled, I do think sometimes saying that you're spontaneous covers up for the fact that you had no plan in place. And I do think there are a lot of people, especially when it comes to like a date, they want you to take the initiative to make a plan.
Yeah.
And so you just say, I don't, I like just going with the flow. Which, again, I agree 100%. Some of my most fun days and nights have been the kind where I've been like, all right, I'm going to sit at this bar. Oh, wait, now we're going to go over here. Now we're going to go over here. Now we're going to end up doing this. By far, some of the best nights.
But for a first date?
Well, for a first date, that would be no.
I feel like with my girlfriends, I'm like, all right, let's go with the flow. We don't know what we're going to do. We're going to get in trouble. Maybe, who knows?
Very different story.
On a date, no.
I get that. Shows like Friends convinced us they convinced an entire generation, including me, that they would be hanging out with their friends at a local coffee shop. Sorry, I can't speak English tonight. Coffee shop every single day, maybe even before work. I don't know who ever does that, but experts say it's actually a good thing to sort of adopt that behavior. In fact, experts say that while most people prioritize relationships with friends and family, these so-called weak ties in our lives, these are the baristas, the bartenders, the doormen, etc., can be just as important to our lives. In fact, researchers from Oxford University say being a regular somewhere could be the key to being more socially engaged, more content, and more trusting. So Bisma, going to the same place over and over and over again. Do you like doing that?
I love it because then that becomes your safe haven. And honestly, it's usually the hole in the wall places that I'm like, I love these spots. And I have my safe spot where it's like, I know the people, I know who's going to be there. They're there pretty much every weekend. And I can just, if I feel like it, go out and say hi to them. I know what I'm going to get. And yeah, it's like a love thing. So it's good. I like it.
Melissa, do you like going to the same spot on a regular basis?
Listen, I'm here on Crepes on Main in Laurel, and let me tell you, it's a hangout spot. You know people, you know everybody. Even the employees, they do become a part of your life because they listen to you. They get to know your habits. They know what you like to eat, what you're allergic to in most places. But I agree. I think this is a really good idea. I think they got this one right. However, it doesn't happen in every city. Not every city has a place where you can go and actually become family and, have a bar that you can just go to and spill your whole guts out.
Yeah, that's fair. Allison, do you agree? Do you like going to the same place over and over and over again? Or do you prefer to kind of add a little variety now and then?
I definitely like both, but the one thing I like about going to the same place over just the bond that you have with employees, it's like they know you, and it's almost like a mini reunion every time you go. It's like, oh, haven't seen you in 2 weeks. Where you been, girl? Your hair looks cute. All that cool stuff. It's like really cool to have a bond and a relationship with someone.
Yeah. Chad and Laura, I know you have mentioned your Wednesday nights at Tony's and Joe's or whatever it is, whatever karaoke night is.
Tommy Joe's. Do
you guys are you guys regulars at several places or just one place? Do you think this is true? Do you like going to the same place over and over again?
Yeah. I do. I'm a big advocate of this. Although last weekend was an anomaly. We tried something new. But there's cooler places in DC, but a block that way is Clyde's, and Cameron, our bartender, takes care of us. They know us. We'll get free drinks. We'll go to the local beverage market. You sit there and have a pint. So we go to Whole Foods. I wait for her. I sit there and have a pint with the other weirdos around in this little neighborhood, and it's fun. They know your name, and you can request things on the TV. And I do. A big fan. She's not so much though.
No, I don't. I like to be anonymous.
Okay. No, that's fair. Jason and Tina Marie, do you agree? Do you like going to the same spots over and over again? Do you like kind of forming those relationships with bartenders, baristas, etc.?
Yes.
Yep. I'm real simple. I'm going to park in the same spot. I'm going to go to the same place. So I don't like a lot of change.
The song said you want to go where everybody knows your name, right? Hey, Jason. It's like family. It's like a reunion, right? It's like a reunion every weekend.
Right. We love it. We love it.
You know what I
We're
don't?
not trying to find anybody new.
Yeah. Now, what I don't like, though, is when you go to the same place over and over and over again and they don't make the effort to remember you.
No.
Which is a situation that I have had at multiple places in DC, and that has been my big complaint sometimes in DC. Maybe I'm a forgettable face.
Do you
do you
talk to them? Is there a conversation and they forgot?
Sometimes.
Oh, that's weird.
Sometimes
really
I
weird.
like to try to leave that big tip so that the next time I come in, they remember me. And that hasn't always been so successful.
That's so weird.
Either. I don't know. Maybe I'm an off-putting
double it or
person.
nothing.
Maybe. I luckily in my new neighborhood I have found those spots, which has been nice. But you know what I have never found? I've never found a group of people, friends who are willing to meet me there on a regular basis as well. Like
Yeah,
I haven't
that's
had like
hard.
a group
That's
place,
hard.
if that makes
Yeah,
sense.
you just got to know that they're going to be there, and then
I think you got to make friends with people who are already going
exactly.
there, as opposed to trying to drag the people in your life there at the same time. All right, this one's a little bit of a heavier topic. You guys may have seen that actor Eric Dane passed away yesterday. He had one last message for his family, friends, and fans, though, and millions of people have been able to tune in to hear them. The actor, who died last night after a nearly year-long battle with ALS, recorded an interview for the Netflix series Famous Last Words. Now, if you've never seen this series, that's okay, because there have actually only been 2 episodes. But the interviews are recorded with the explicit understanding that they will not be released until after the person has died.
Wow.
Eric Dane's episode dropped today. It immediately went viral with his message to his daughters. Just a warning, if you do plan to watch it, though, you might want to keep the tissues close. Bisma, recording a final interview to leave behind. But not just that, making it available to the public.
Yeah.
Do you like this or not?
I mean, it depends, right? Like, it depends on what you want to say. I feel like if I, was going and I had a message that was super, super personal, do I really want to put it on a platform like Netflix? I don't think so. But if it's like a larger message, right? Like more of a TED Talk style, this is what I learned from my life, this is what I overcame, then yeah, totally. If that's something that people can benefit from or learn from, I think that's good.
The previous episode was actually Dr. Jane Goodall, and so to
I
that
haven't seen
avenue,
it,
she
but
has obviously been a very outspoken advocate for environmental issues and more,
love
so
that.
she did have powerful words that she wanted to be remembered by and leave behind. Melissa, do you like this idea of the famous last words, recording these interviews to be released after you have passed away?
Absolutely. I want everybody to know how much I want everybody to know how much I appreciated them, their support during my ups, during my downs, during my accomplishments, during my downfalls. At my lowest point of my life, I want people to know how much I appreciated them, how much I loved them, from the smallest little things, I want to give thanks and make sure that my kids hear what I have to say and know that they can keep this for a very long time. I think it's such a sweet gesture, and to make it public, absolutely, because I do have a huge following, and I would definitely want everybody to know how much they've been a part of my life throughout my struggles and my upbringing.
Allison, do you agree with that? Do you like the idea of Netflix making these messages, these interviews, publicly available?
I say as long as it was fine with the family and with the person, then there's nothing wrong with it. Because sometimes people want to hear, like that's things that people are very interested in. But as long as the thought behind it is not just to make money off of it, but to carry on, the person's legacy as they would want it to be.
Yeah, and Jason and Tina Marie, that was one of the thoughts that I had, was maybe the interview subject gets money for it, and it's something they are able to leave to their families. But it also begs the question of what kind of editorial control you may have, because unfortunately, if the interview doesn't come out until after you've passed away, you don't have much control over how it may be presented.
Yeah.
You got to make sure you get your information right, because you can't really go back and change anything. So you have to be real careful about how you say certain things. I had a family member once before. They recorded their grandmother, and they just did an interview. And at the repast, they actually played that interview for the family that can sit around and learn a lot about it. So that was pretty cool. That kind of put me in the mind of that.
I think it's great. I think it's a great idea, because sometimes it's maybe hard to say things that you want to say to someone, especially when you know that you may not be here. So I think it gives you an opportunity to express everything you want to say, and then for the person to actually hear it. And then even if it's televised, right, people get to see another side of you that maybe they didn't see before, the more personal, vulnerable side. So I think it's a great idea.
Yeah, absolutely. So, like I said, you can check that out on Netflix if you so choose. And I do think this also plays a little bit into that idea of, giving somebody their flowers before, while they're still around to appreciate them, which is nice too. All right, keep the comments coming on all the stories we have talked about so far. Coming up next, staying in touch with your exes.
Ooh.
Do you like it or not?
No, guys, don't do that.
She's giving it away
do
already.
Not do that.
We'll be right back. Want to test this?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, maybe that helped the lip. All right, you're good. Do it pretty good, but it's mainly just she's really hungry. Welcome back to Do You Like It or Not on this Friday night. Bisma over my shoulder here. This is the part of the show where we check those YouTube comments, and we're going to cover up her beautiful face.
Oh.
All right, I can't tell who said some of these, but I know that some of them are from West Virginia. Ben, he says no coach, no team, and vice versa. Laura says, to quote Tommy Wiseau, in the best movie ever made, aka The Room, don't plan too much, it might not come out right. Yeah, that's talking about a spontaneous night out. All right, I'm going to move back over here now because there are two types of people after a breakup.
Yeah.
Those two types of people are the type that stay in touch with their exes and the ones who don't.
Yeah.
And apparently a lot of people either struggle to leave the past behind or just don't make it a priority. Because according to a recent survey by the matchmaking company, 66% of people polled still talk to a few of their exes. When you focus specifically in on Gen Z in particular, nearly 30% say they're still in touch with most or all of their exes. Experts say there can be lots of different reasons people choose to stay in touch: a desire to stay friends, a matter of habit, or even a secret hope for a reconciliation. Now, here's what's interesting. At the same time, the same survey found that 66% of people would be uncomfortable if their partner stayed close with someone they previously dated. As a result, experts say going full no contact with an ex is the best way to heal and move on. But Bisma, keeping in touch with exes, do you like it or not?
Guys, I'm going to say this very clearly. Stop talking to your exes, especially if they're toxic. Don't do it. It was never meant to work out. Your friends hate them. Your family hates them. It's not going to work out.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only take.
So you are in contact with zero exes?
No. Anybody who I date knows if it's over, it's over. Do not contact me.
Forget my number.
Yes,
says.
you don't know
Alex,
me. We did not know each other.
Alex, staying in touch with exes. Do you like it or not?
Absolutely not. I hate it. If it doesn't work out, it's not meant to be. I'm with Bisma on this one. How do you feel?
I mean, I think there's two types of people, people who want to have a happy relationship and people who don't.
Mm-hmm.
So I think you can put the two and two together. If you stay in touch with your exes, you probably won't have a happy relationship with your
That's the right answer.
And absolutely not. My exes don't exist.
Now have Alex go like this.
No, Chris, he's only saying that because I wrote a joke about his ex who tried to contact him. So we don't like that.
Okay.
She better stay away.
Melissa, on the other hand, recently revealed that she is still friendly with several of her exes.
I sure do. I can be in a bar with my ex-hubby, the ex-boyfriend, the situationship, and the one that I'm trying to date, all sitting at the bar right next to me. And if we can't socialize, if you had me and we ended, I have much respect for you. if you can't stick around and talk to me like a human being, and if we have kids together or we shared some type of moments together, that's on you. But I remain friends with everybody that I've dated or anybody that I've had a relationship or married. I stay in contact with them. We hang out once in a while. We do things. But yes, I don't have no problem with that. But that also comes with age and maturity. That doesn't really
that's fair too.
That's definitely fair.
Allison in the Zoom room. Allison, I'm going out on a limb here and thinking you feel the opposite.
Correct. I definitely do not deal. X means X, cut off, you are done. And I have tried because I like to walk away in a very friendly type of way. But I think the dude just feels so uncomfortable, like, oh my God, I treated her bad, but she still wants to be my friend. Mm-hmm. And it's, you know what, now I don't even have the time for it. I just don't deal with people at all. But no, X means you're done.
Mm-hmm. Chad and Laura in the Zoom room. Chad and Laura, staying in touch with exes. Do we like it or not?
All right, I don't like it. I cut people off. Everyone's on my block list. However, this guy right here, he's friends with his exes. He's friends with their current partners, and he DJs their weddings.
Attaboy.
Oh, wow.
That's a man after my own heart right there. Jason and Tina Marie. Jason and Tina Marie, staying friends with exes, staying in contact with exes. Do you like it or not?
It all depends. It all depends on the situation and the individuals involved.
And I think it depends on the maturity, right? You have to, did we break up ugly? Were you toxic? Were you immature? So if you were that person, definitely don't keep in touch. But if we grew to a place where we understood that maybe we weren't best together and we parted through an understanding, then I think we can remain friends. And I think it's, like she said, it's a level of maturity. So, Laura, if you guys break up, will Chad do your wedding? I don't know.
We're not going to wish that on them, but at the same time, Chad seems like the type that would. David's in the Zoom room. David, staying in touch with exes. Do you like it or not?
Mostly a bad idea, particularly if you're trying to start like a serious relationship with someone else. If you're not concerned about serious relationships and you know, and you're at that stage in your life where it doesn't matter, then I mean, not such a big deal. But definitely if you're trying to move on and grow into something bigger, not a good idea.
I'm polling everyone on this one. Sean, you're up next. Sean, the idea of staying in touch with exes, do you like it or not?
No, what's in the past is the past. Like just, I don't deal with negativity.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a great rule to have. Freddie, you get final say. Staying in touch with exes, do you like it or not?
First of all, Bisma, I agree with what you're saying about exes. Don't go back with it. And first of all, I used to have exes back in high school. They're crazy. They don't like me anymore. Like, I'm already moved on to that.
Yeah,
he's ready to
I don't
move
even
on.
care. I just move on to a better one.
Move on to a better one.
There
All
you
right.
go.
Unfortunately, I think I tend to fall into the Chad category here because
Really?
Molly has met and socialized with at least 2 of my exes.
No way.
And the other ones still reach out every now and then if something major is happening in each other's lives.
And it's not weird. It's just like
not weird. I've known them all. I've known them all for years and years and years at this point. You know, it's
good.
what's in the
That's
past is
good.
in the past,
Yeah.
but we're friendly.
Yeah.
All right, let's wrap things up. Let's see here, Jim. What stories do I have left? All right, a Norwegian cruise is making headlines for its new dining dress code. We'll end on this story. According to the cruise line's website, tank tops, hoodies, robes, ripped jeans, shorts, and hats not permitted in certain restaurants, which means, Freddie, I'm looking at you. What you're wearing right now, you would not be allowed in those restaurants, both a hat and sleeveless.
What?
You would not be allowed in. The company says guests can still dress resort casual in most other venues, and children 12 and under may wear shorts everywhere. The change has gotten some criticism online, with some loyal customers saying the policy moves away from Norwegian's signature freestyle cruising brand. So, Bisma, the dress code on the cruise, do you like this or not?
No, I'm not a fan of cruises, but if it's like a freestyle cruise, isn't it in the brand to be lax? Like, I would think, okay, you go, you hit the pool, you float around a bit, then you want to eat some food. Like, I feel like it shouldn't be so strict. If that's what I'm paying for, just to float around. I personally don't want to dress up. I just want to chill.
Show of hands. Anyone in the Zoom room a cruise person? Show of hands. David, the idea of these dress codes, are they just trying to make it more like a real resort, just floating on water?
Maybe, but most cruises do it like the way Norwegian just changed to. normally the restaurant area, you know, where they have a seating time and it's ticketed, there is a dress code, and it's to keep it classy. I mean, you don't want like riffraff like Freddie rolling around in there. So,
riffraff like Freddie. No cheeks, I think, should be the rule. I think that's the only rule if it's on a cruise. All right, thank you to everyone who joined us in the Zoom room tonight. Thank you to everyone watching on Fox Local and Fox 5 DC's YouTube page. We'll be back Monday night. Tony P and I will be back at 9 o'clock for producer Jim and Bisma. I'm producer Chris.
Bye,
Have a
guys.
great weekend. We'll see you next time.